our first guest starred on the mega-hit comedy Home Improvement. His new movie, Christmas with the Kranks, opens in theaters tomorrow. Please welcome the very funny Tim Allen.
That is some crazy stuff you got happening back there.
The dancing?
No, it's it's fun to be here. It's cool. I see your show all the time, you know, and you know I do talk shows. I've never been on your show. It's beautiful out here. You guys dance around. This is fun stuff. Man.
Yeah. We have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I was walking down the street one day, like near my house, and all of a sudden this car slowed down. And maybe you turn, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. And the window comes down, and this little girl was in the car. Excuse me, and then it was like you and your daughter.
Right. She said to stop. I said, no, let's not bother. She's just pull it over, Dad.
So anyway, so congratulations. You got a star on the what do you call it? On Hollywood Boulevard.
We'll call it something quickly, because other people are listening. I got a star in the Hollywood
Walk of Fame.
But thanks.
Yeah.
Like, it was. I love Hollywood, and I support the YMCA in Hollywood, and a lot of stuff I really like about Hollywood, but it always seemed kind of cheesy to me. I mean, until it happens, it always looked like it was something little, and the governor, or the mayor of, what is he?
You say it, I don't know.
Help me out here.
I don't have a star. I don't know
up.
who does it.
But a lot of people showed up. My mom flew out from Detroit, and I had more friends there, and usually I cover up emotion with comedy. I couldn't. I was speechless. It was, Jamie Lee Curtis showed up, and Pat Richardson, the women I played with. I was going to say, I worked against, and some really neat people, and I was speechless. I brought a little tape of it because
we have a. If you look at the monitors, there's footage of it happening.
As the mayor of Hollywood, I do hereby proclaim this Tim Allen Day in Hollywood. Now let's unveil the star.
Yeah, okay. No, not yet.
Really cool.
But I went back about an hour later. I wanted to see people checking it out. I put a beard on, I had a shopping cart and a sleeping bag like I normally do on Hollywood Boulevard. And this is, I expected you go back an hour later, there's all this press, people are going to be taking a look at it. Look what happens just an hour, not even 40 minutes later. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, didn't notice it as much.
Nobody cares. And you got to take care of it, too.
That's a big... No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. You will be out there.
I will be.
Just to point it out.
Little barbed wire fence, perimeter protection.
Yeah. But look at how cool this is. I mean, we both started out as stand-ups, and you started doing stand-up on a dare. You didn't even...
I sold shoes at an Abercrombie & Fitch, but it was a little differently then. It was like a fishing store. And I had a guy who's now a comedy writer said, "Are we going to do this the rest of our lives?" And I said, "Yep, well, that's what I'm going to do." And there was a club in Detroit, and he said, "I dare you." And it was one of those, "Are you chicken?" And I wrote, 30 minutes of material in 5 seconds. I said, "Well, I'm going to try this." And about 10% of it worked, and that's where it started.
Do you remember your first joke that worked?
God, I do.
Or that didn't work? That might be better to hear.
I was either one or two. It's either cooking the Pillsbury Doughboy, which I always thought would be funny. If somebody might be got a senile old woman, instead of grabbing the crescent rolls, put him in the oven. So he's beating on that little window. And then the music has to adjust. Who baked our little doughboy? We'd really like.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know that. Probably wasn't a good one for you.
Yeah,
but he doesn't get hurt.
Okay, because I'm very sensitive about the doughboy.
No, you crack off an arm, a little butter on there, and everybody's happy. No, it's still not working for you, huh? Well, the other one.
The other one?
The other one was
one where a dough doesn't get hurt. Tell me another.
It's not a dough. It's the doughboy. It's a doughy, high-fat, trans-fat substance. Think of that. Put it that way.
All right, fry it.
The Nimitz. I was down in Alabama, and I saw, and I actually worked for the military, did some shows. I saw the Nimitz. Have you ever seen it? It's huge, the aircraft carrier. And I did a show on there, and the Southern guys turned it into it's 5 football field long. Nuclear powered, and they use expletives, but they use syllables. They always say, darn it. And I said, man, that's pretty. How fast it go? Oh, hey, yeah, it'll do about 60 miles an hour. I said, well, you could ski behind the Nimitz then. If you like to water ski, you go, well, I never thought about that. I said, you could get about, 800, 900, maybe 5,000 guys behind it because it's big, and you could just all sit in the water. All right, hit it. It takes about 17 miles to get up to speed. But once you drag them out of the water, everybody's up going like this. And then there's some guy will try to cross the wake. And he'll fall. And everybody's got to let go and pull it around again. And that's the end of the bit.
We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear more of your first.
We're not going to do any more of my
Okay,
first.
we won't then. We'll be right back, right after this. We're back with Tim Allen. That was a clip from Christmas with the Kranks, and Jamie Lee Curtis was here the other day, and she said y'all had you were just saying you had so much fun making this movie.
Most of the fun was you can't air it because this is a real family, big comedy, romantic thing, and just great. But in between takes, Aykroyd, Jamie Lee, and I, we were like on the floor in this fake snow. It's just three veterans, and we have so much history between us. God, it was fun. It was a fun time.
Oh, that's great. And it's a good Christmas movie for the family. That stuff is
4 on up, because they said it's a John Grisham book, which is how I got talked into this, because the director said, we want you for a John Grisham movie. I went, all right, finally something different, great. And he goes, it happens, during Christmas time. Oh, we get to sue Santa, something like that. I mean, it's Grisham. He goes, no, it's just a Christmas comedy. Good.
Another one. You're always in these Christmas movies.
Yeah, I take what they give me, and I do projects that I like. This is a really fun. Chris Columbus, who did Mrs. Doubtfire, did the screenplay, and Jamie Lee and Dan Aykroyd. It was really hard to say no to it.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so hey, you have a little thing. 'Cause I was wondering why you were changing shoes during the commercial, and you have a trick that. They tried to explain it to me, so you just go ahead and...
My dad, who died when I was quite young, was a health nut. He drank Tiger's Milk, which is, I don't even know what it is, but bodybuilders know. A big YMCA guy. He said, if you can't tie your shoes, stand on one foot, don't bother putting your shoes on. I still don't know what the hell that meant. I don't know why he said that, but all my brothers and I had to learn how to tie your shoes on one foot. So these are, of course, already tied. But you make it... Oh. I think I just tore something. Deep within me.
So you should stretch before. Keep your hand away from that. All right, Christmas with the Kranks opens everywhere in theaters tomorrow. Everybody in the audience is getting the first season of Home Improvement on DVD.